Sir, can we use response spectrum load case in direct analysis in STAAD.Pro? So this is also one of the most common query among the students, and the answers might surprise you. See, in the earthquake resistant design, engineers often use response spectrum analysis to capture the peak structural responses. But what happens when we try combining that with the direct analysis, which is a second order nonlinear analysis method required for accurate stability checks? So here is where most beginners get confused. See, STAAD allows you to define both. So does that mean STAAD will consider P delta effects and reduce stiffness during response spectrum analysis too? And if yes, then what about tau and the actual force dependent factor for moment of inertia? So let's break it simply. Response spectrum analysis gives maximum possible response values, but they are not all happening at the same time. Since the displacement are model and not time-based, STAAD cannot do a second order analysis, or you can say the P delta analysis on this. Also, due to the modal combinations like SRSS or CQC in which signs are lost, so you don't know which member is in tension or compression. So without knowing whether a member is in tension or compression, STAAD cannot calculate the tau, which is essential for flexural stiffness calculation in direct analysis. Yes, STAAD does apply 0.8 and 0.8 to simulate reduced stiffness when a response spectrum load case is included in the direct analysis setup. But it skips the tau component because tau needs actual forces. And you don't get those model combinations. You only get magnitudes. So what is the workaround? So instead of using response spectrum directly in the direct analysis, experienced engineers do this. First, run direct analysis on gravity and static lateral loads using repeat loads where second order effects are properly considered. Second, you can use load combinations to combine the gravity plus lateral direct analysis results with the response spectrum results. Or better yet, use an equivalent static seismic load approach if allowed by your project code. It works perfectly with the direct analysis and P delta checks. So here is the catch. Even if STAAD lets you define a response spectrum case under direct analysis, it's not a true nonlinear dynamic analysis. STAAD cannot handle that yet. So what you should remember as a conclusion. So here is my summary. You can use response spectrum load cases in direct analysis in STAAD, but STAAD will only apply 0.8e and 0.8i, not tau. So for safety and clarity, keep your response spectrum analysis separate and combine it later using load combinations and not repeat loads. So save this video so you never forget this critical difference in structure analysis. Have you ever used response spectrum in direct analysis? Tell me your experience in the comments. Subscribe for more clear beginner friendly insights into STAAD and structural engineering. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, don't just learn software, learn concepts. Thank you.